Hey everybody, King Snow here, Lightspeed-saber League, world's fastest light-based combat. Today I'd like to talk about something that comes up a lot, especially among new fencers, for both lightspeed saber fencing and for realistic or authentic lightsaber combat. And that is the question of one or two hands. That is, whether you should grip your saber with a single hand or whether you should grip it with two hands. Now, historically speaking, in traditional weapon play, you might want to use two hands because your weapon is heavy and you want to be able to deal a powerful strike. Therefore, you're going to use two hands. But when it comes to this, what is basically an ultra-light, ultra-sharp sword with a 360-degree cutting surface, does power actually really matter in that case? And kind of not really. And so that completely changes the way you would actually use this. And in fact, the real factors in a fight in lightspeed saber fencing and in authentic lightsaber combat is range and mobility. And let me show you what I mean. So here I am. I'm going to get in a fighting stance here sideways. You can see me. And I'm going to go into a forward guard with a double grip, what we call a double grip or a two-handed grip. In this case, I'm not going to move my feet. I'm just going to show you my attack range. So here's my cut. This is my maximum range that I can reach. Now, on the other hand, if I go into a one-handed forward guard instead, here's now my attack range. It's a little bit longer. Now, why is that? Well, because when I'm in a two-handed grip, I have to square my shoulders in order to have both hands on the weapon. I'll show you what I mean by looking at you like this. These are my squared shoulders. However, when I'm in a single hand grip, like this, I can attack and I can turn my body just a bit to roll my shoulder forward, which gives me extra reach, actually. So let me show you it here. Okay, here it is again, the double-handed grip. And here's my cut range. And now, with a single-handed grip, I can now roll my shoulder forward, and now this is my cut range. So your range tends to be better with a single hand grip rather than a double hand grip. So the main takeaway here is that single hand grip is the dominant form used in lightspeed saber fencing and would probably be the dominant way the weapon is used in realistic lightsaber combat because of the great advantage there is in range and mobility compared to double-handed grip. So what does this mean for a double-handed grip? It's completely useless, right? Well, no, that's not the case at all. In fact, in Lightspeed-saber League, we teach our beginners to use both grips, and we also teach them to be able to switch seamlessly between one and the other. The reason being that double-handed grip still has certain advantages that a single-handed grip does not, and we want people to be able to switch back and forth to take advantage of one or the other based on the situation and their needs in combat. So if single-hand grip has mobility and range, what does the double-handed grip have as an advantage? Well, the answer is the double-handed grip has superior stability and blade manipulation. So, and what do we mean by that? Well, let's talk about that. So, if a single-handed grip on your blade is a hinge, then a double-handed grip is a lock. This offers stability, so that makes it really good for defensive actions. So for example, if I execute a far side guard like this, I can stop an attack very effectively, and also if my opponent is coming at me with a lot of brute force, it's going to prevent that attack from smashing my own saber back into myself and killing myself. You can also see how it's effective here, and here, and here as well. Another advantage for the double-handed grip is blade manipulation. So here's an example of me delivering cuts in two lines with a single hand. And here's me doing the same thing with two hands. So it's actually much faster when I use two hands. That's because I have leverage. So what does this mean in combat? Well, double hands is the grip for deception, because I can manipulate my blade much quicker in two hands than in one. That means that I can start in one attack line and quickly switch to the other line. That's why double-handed grip in Lightspeed-saber fencing is the grip of deception. So that's basically it. One-handed is better for offense and mobility, and two-handed is better for defense and deception. But as with all things, the deeper you go into it, the more complicated it gets, and the more you start to see shades of gray in the rules. I have even covered circle beats or breaching cuts, or overhead hanging parry, or a far side hanging parry. Respectively, those are two attacks that can only be done with two hands, and two parries that are best done with one hand. And so there are certainly things that defy everything that I've just said. But that's what I really like about Lightspeed-saber and lightsabers in general. There's a whole galaxy out there of strategies and techniques to explore, and we're only just getting started. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you have any comments or questions, just leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll try to get back to you. And we'll see you next time for more theories on Lightspeed-saber fencing and lightsaber combat. Thank you.